Hello and welcome to Pennyhill Junction. You're watching episode 15 of the Meet the Fleet series. In this episode I take a look at the Hornby R3672 Kerno Model Rail Centre exclusive BR Class 50 Monarch running number 50010. Construction of the Class 50 locomotive fleet, which was built by the English Electric Company and, unusually for the time, leased to British Rail, took place at the Vulcan Foundry at Newton Le Willows between February 1966 and October 1967. Employed by British Railways on the West Coast Main Line to haul trains north from Crewe to Glasgow and Edinburgh, frequent double-heading made the most of their 100 mph capability to improve journey times. At the completion of electrification in 1972, the Class 50 locomotives were gradually transferred to the Western region for use on the Paddington to Bristol and South West routes. During this time, all 50 locomotives were purchased from the English Electric Company by British Railways, and, following a period where the policy of locomotive naming had been abandoned, British Rail named locomotives of the class after notable Royal Navy ships. The first naming occurring in January 1978 with 50035 Ark Royal. After the introduction of the high-speed trains onto the main lines from Paddington in 1977, the fleet was displaced to other routes, ranging from Waterloo to Salisbury, Exeter and Plymouth, as well as routes taking them to Birmingham from Paddington and Bristol. Increasing reliability problems led the fleet to be refurbished at Doncaster Works between 1979 and 1984, a consequence being the loss of the distinctive Class 50 sucking sound that had led to the locomotives gaining the nickname Hoovers. After refurbishment, the locomotives returned to the Western region, working from Lara in Plymouth and Old Oak Common in West London. An experiment in running heavy mineral freight wasn't a success, ironically due to equipment removed in the previous refurbishment, and the class gradually found itself replaced by Class 47 locomotives and DMUs on the route still worked. Withdrawal commenced from February 1987, and gradually the fleet was reduced, just 8 locomotives remaining in service by 1992. Built at English Electric's Vulcan Foundry, D410 entered traffic on February 24, 1968, and was renumbered under tops to 50010 during March 1974, taking the name Monarch on March 16, 1978. The BR large logo, along with the wraparound extension of the yellow ends to the end of the cab doors, was the first major livery change to the corporate BR Blue scheme. Other changes being black cab window frame surroundings, a grey cab and body roof, a black underframe, and 14-inch high numerals. The changes were controversial, with both enthusiasts and professional railway staff criticising the new schemes at the time, but exceptions did occur, with Lara, Landor and Old Oak Common repainting locomotives with darker roofs in place of the grey. 50010, repainted at Landor, received a dark blue roof and route indicator box. And here it is, the Hornby Kerno Model Rail Centre exclusive, Class 50, named Monarch, running number 50010, and this is product number R3672. As I said, this is limited edition, one of 350 of these models produced. So it's been a long wait to receive this model. I did receive this model initially as a birthday present, but unfortunately, first time around it arrived quite badly damaged, possibly damaged in transit, but now I have this one. I've actually noticed there are items that are present in this box that were missing from the first one that was received. So it was a fantastic gift from my wife for a recent birthday. It's been a long wait for the replacement to come back, but I'm pleased it's finally here. I can't wait to get it on the layout, and it should be a fantastic addition to the Heritage line. So let's not wait any longer, and let's get it out of the box. And here it is, unboxed. And wow, what a stunning model. This is my first Class 50. Certainly won't be my last. With the model comes obviously the usual accessory and detailing pack. There's some metal, hard to make out there, but there's some metal hooks, which I believe allows you to open up the sort of louver doors that's on there. Inside the box comes, of course, the Kerno Model Rail Centre limited edition certificate. This is 164 of 350. Also comes with etched nameplate, as well as, of course, the usual Hornby operating and maintenance instructions. So as I mentioned a moment ago, when the last model came for my birthday, the broken model, didn't have one of these inside, didn't have the etched nameplates either, so I have my suspicions actually as to whether it was a damaged in transit loco, or perhaps damaged by a previous owner, returned and then perhaps reissued in error. But anyway, I'm pleased I have one now. It's here. From the outside, physically, it all looks in good condition, no issues to report. So let's get the shell off, let's get an 8-pin chip installed, and get it programmed and on the layout. Okay, so we now have the body removed, revealing the 8-pin blanking plate. Body was really easy to remove, literally unclip from the chassis. One additional item that needed to be disconnected, highlighted here in red. So it's removed the electric train heat supply, ETHS, from each side, it said, but actually it was only connected on one side. So I've removed that from one side, allowing me to fully release the body and just leave it to one side while I install the chip. So I'm going to remove the blanking plate now and get my new chip added. Okay, and that's the decoder installed. Again, very simple to do, and I've just used some blue electrical insulating tape just to keep it secure and prevent it from moving around too much under the body. So as I said, this is a Bachmann chip. This is 36-566. I've got Bachmann chips on the majority of my locos, both the 21 pins for most of the Bachmann units, as well as 8 pins for most of my Hornbys. And even though my controller is a Hornby Elite, I've had no issues whatsoever with any of my Bachmann chips. They've all been extremely reliable, no faults up to now, touch wood. And as long as that remains the same, I'll continue to purchase these. Okay, so I have the body back on now, and I earlier mentioned that when I was removing the body, the instructions stated that these ETHS connections here needed to be removed. Now the reason I only had to remove it from one end is you may just be able to make out, but actually
the little bit of plastic cable which should be connected to the orange connector there has actually separated, so I might need to fix that with a spot of glue. And the problem I had with the other side was actually fitting it back on the loco. As you can see there, it's very fiddly, very difficult to get it back on, and in doing so quite a bit of the orange paintwork has come off. As I say, I wasn't doing it aggressively in any way, it just took a number of attempts to get it to slot into the two holes there, so I'm going to need a bit of a touch up of paint there to get that looking as good as new. So that's a bit of a shame. So that's a bit of an annoying small issue which has come about simply from taking the body off and putting it back on. But anyway, it's all ready to get onto the programming track now, so I'll get it all programmed and then onto the layout. Right, so we're all programmed now. It's on the layout. I do have to apologise for the noisy, what sounds like a crow in the background, which has pretty much been squawking away right through the video, but unfortunately there's nothing I can do about nature. But anyway, yep, we're on the layout now. The 50's looking fantastic. We're programmed, lights are on, so let's send it out on its first run in for about half an hour in each direction. And there we have it. Class 50, Monarch, running number 50010. On the layout, now running in both directions for half an hour each way. And absolutely perfect runner, no issues whatsoever. Fantastic model. So pleased to finally have it on the layout. So once again, thank you for watching. It's been a very busy month here at Pennyhill Junction, particularly in terms of video releases. Hope you're enjoying the content. Lots of new additions to the layout. A couple more to come hopefully in the next couple of months before we have a little bit of gap before some of the autumn winter releases start arriving, and then I can focus some of my funds on the actual layout instead for a change. But for now, take care, keep safe, and bye for now.